He is universally worshipped as the soaring, gravel-throated frontman of AC/DC, but Brian Johnson actually landed his audition for the biggest hard rock band in the world by completely faking an appendicitis attack on stage. Years before Bon Scott passed away, Johnson was fronting his own band, Geordie. During a chaotic show, he violently dropped to the floor, rolling around in agonizing pain and screaming at the top of his lungs. The crowd went absolutely wild, thinking it was a brilliant rock and roll stage act. He was actually suffering a ruptured appendix and had to be rushed directly to the hospital. But Bon Scott happened to be in the audience that night and was so completely blown away by the performance that he later told his AC/DC bandmates that Johnson was the greatest rock singer he had ever seen. When Johnson officially joined AC/DC to record the legendary Back in Black album, he had absolutely no time to prepare. The band shipped him off to the Bahamas during a massive, terrifying tropical storm. With the studio power constantly cutting out and massive lightning crashing outside, a completely panicked Johnson aggressively wrote the lyrics for Hell's Bells on the spot, directly referencing the brutal storm raging right outside the studio window to cope with the immense pressure. Unlike many rock stars who were groomed for fame, Johnson was a hardcore blue-collar worker right up until the day AC/DC called it. He was running a highly successful auto repair and car roof vinyl fitting business in Newcastle. In fact, on the very day AC/DC's management desperately tried to track him down to offer him the audition that would change his life, they almost couldn't reach him because he was physically up on a ladder repairing a roof. In 2016, Johnson was completely devastated when doctors ordered him to immediately quit touring or face total permanent deafness, caused not by loud rock music but by his obsession with racing massive, unmuffled vintage race cars. He was brutally forced out of AC/DC and temporarily replaced by Axl Rose. However, Johnson aggressively fought back. He worked in absolute secrecy with an audiologist who invented a massive, highly specialized in-ear bone conduction device, allowing him to bypass his damaged eardrums completely and triumphantly return to the band in 2020. The iconic flat cap that Johnson wears to every single AC/DC concert wasn't chosen as a calculated rock star fashion statement. He originally started wearing it during his days playing in sweaty, working-class pubs with his old band, Geordie. He simply wanted a hat to completely stop the massive amounts of sweat from running into his eyes while he performed, and it accidentally became his absolute defining visual trademark. Similar to Angus Young, Johnson found himself caught in the middle of the terrifying 1985 Richard Ramirez Night Stalker moral panic. But Johnson's connection was uniquely bizarre. When the media discovered the killer had left an AC/DC hat at a crime scene,